What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Heart to Heart DFS, and today we have another NBA Prize Picks video. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Do appreciate all the support. Trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the playoffs. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS. I'll be interacting with you guys more on there. Post my Prize Pick plays, maybe some extra ones. Just really engaging with you guys there. So if you have any questions, any Prize Pick plays you want, advice on, or just kind of, want to talk back and forth on, feel free to message me in the DMs or just tag me, hop into my video comments or comments on Twitter, stuff like that. And yeah, so let's get into my 5 picks for today. The first pick I have is Fred VanVleet over projected points, rebounds, and assists of 31.5. A lot of these plays are centered around the Toronto-Philly game. I think it's a great game environment. 2 Toronto guys are out. Gary Trent Jr. is doubtful, and Scotty Barnes is out, so that's a ton of minutes that they have to go around. They're going to have to rely on their main guys, VanVleet and Siakam more. So really like all the props on those guys today. Favorite one for VanVleet is obviously the points, rebounds, and assists. I do like his fantasy score as well. But for his points, rebounds, and assists, he's only hit it once out of the past 5 games. But you don't want to take that into consideration, as he either got in foul trouble last game, so he wasn't able to play as much. The games before that were the end of the season where he sat or didn't play much because either the game blew out or they didn't need him. So don't factor in the past 4 games besides the last playoff one where he played 36 minutes and still fouled out, didn't play the rest of the game. Don't think you can expect that today. Over 31.5 projected points, rebounds, and assists is way too easy for VanVleet to get in this spot. As you can see, he's averaged 20 points per game, about 7 assists and 4.5 rebounds a game. Excuse me. So for a guy who's going to get 40 minutes, if not closer to 45, he's going to have a great game environment for him to be able to put up as many points, rebounds, and assists as you want. You can obviously go the fantasy score route, as it's a little bit safer, especially for a guy who's averaging almost 2 steals a game. Once again, on Prize Picks, steals count as 3 points, 3 fantasy points, and so do blocks. So that's huge when it comes to guys like Fred VanVleet, who, that's 6 points, 9 points, right? Just right there for fantasy score on Prize Picks because of 2 blocks and a steal. So a guy like VanVleet, who's putting up a massive amount of steals and blocks as well, it's great to lock in that fantasy score, as it's a little bit easier to get there with those points and assists counting so much, fantasy score points. But really like his over projected points, rebounds, and assists, just with the massive amount of minutes he's getting. The opportunity is going to come down to him and Pascal. If they're making the shots, this game's going to stay close. So really like VanVleet in this spot. Next one I have is Jalen Brunson over projected fantasy score of 36. As I said in my NBA analysis video for DraftKings for DFS, he's going to have all the usage, all the shot opportunities he needs and wants. He's going to play a ton of minutes, and as we saw, Brunson played 41 minutes, shot the ball 24 times, did not shoot the ball well, still got you 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. I do expect to have him, pretty much do the same thing today. I know he only barely got there for a fantasy score, so you can definitely look to his, projected points, rebounds, and assists. I do like the over on that as well. But I just think with the fantasy score, a guy who's playing 41, if not more minutes, maybe shoots the ball better, maybe gets more rebounds, assists, he can definitely get you a steal or 2 in a game. So I just really like the fantasy score over for Jalen Brunson in this spot. Don't mind the points, rebounds, and assists as well. Or just like the over on assists, maybe over on the points. But yeah, I just think the fantasy score is a little bit too low for a guy who's averaging that many points or that many minutes in a game. I don't know why it keeps putting him down there. Next one we have is over on James Harden projected fantasy score. Can't spell, sorry about that. Trying to type with one hand. I don't mind the over projected points as well. I know we hit that the other day, 22. It's a little risky just because he's not shooting the ball a ton, but I love the over 45 fantasy score. Hit it in the past 2. I do think we can expect the same thing again today. Harden is playing 40 minutes. Do expect the same minute total. That's even with a blowout. So if it's a closer game, I do expect Harden to pretty much play the whole game. not shooting it a good amount, which you don't like to see, but he's able to get to the free throw line, averaging over 6 the past few games. It's playoffs. I do expect him to get a few more calls, so I do like basically being able to get to the free throw line to help pad his stats when it comes to points. But he's averaging just a crap ton of assists recently, as you can see, 14, 15, 14, 14. Averaging about 5 rebounds, a steal a game, and he's just getting there with points-wise. So I just really like Harden in the spot. Great point per minute guy when it comes to, basketball. This fantasy score is just way too low for a guy who's playing that many minutes, who's that good at basketball when it comes to points, rebounds, assists. So I just really like Harden in the spot in the playoffs against the Van Fleet in this defense. So love Harden at 45 over projected fantasy score. Next one we have is Jokic over 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists. As we can see on his DraftKings log, even in a blowout, he still played 35 minutes. This game wasn't really even close midway through the second quarter. So he did lose out on about, I'd say, 8 minutes, if not more. Still got you 25 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, a block, 3 steals. So you can easily go the fantasy score route for Jokic as well. I don't mind it. It's at 59, which I think is pretty low. As you can see, he smashed that the previous games at the end of the regular season. It's Golden State. They don't have anyone to stop Jokic. That game blew out. I don't expect that to happen again. I don't think anyone should. And so all his totals are really, really low. I don't know if I'd get to rebounds. That's kind of high, but love his points, rebounds, and assists, and love his fantasy score. So I'm going to go with the points, rebounds, and assists, but I don't mind you guys getting to this over on points or over on fantasy score as well. Just with, it's Jokic, most likely the MVP this season, averaging 27 a game, almost 14 rebounds, almost 8 assists, 62 fantasy points per game, pretty much on DraftKings. So just the over on the points, rebounds, assists, the fantasy score, and the points, all really like in the spot for Jokic against Golden State. Last one I have is Pascal Siakam over projected fantasy score of 47. Once again, those two guys on the Raptors, Gary Trent Jr. and Scotty Barnes, are out. That is about, I think it was 40 minutes. No, I think it was 58 minutes between the two that now had to go to other people. So guys like Pascal are going to have to step up even more when it comes to offensive and defense. He's hit it the past 5 out of 5, averaging about 58.6 the last 5. They're going to have to rely heavily on Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. So that's why I really like the projected points, rebounds, assists over for all of these guys on the Raptors side. 47.5 or 47 fantasy score is just way too low for Siakam, who is seeing, I think he pretty much almost played the whole game for them in that blowout. 40 minutes, didn't get to his normal 25 shots a game, but still got you 44.75 fantasy points, 24 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 blocks, no steals, but he's averaging almost a steal a game, if not more. Can get 2 blocks as well. So that's extra fantasy points that, is easily going to get you there to 47. So I really like him. And those are my 5 picks for today. So if you skipped to this part of the video, could you please leave a like, comment, and subscribe? Let's try to get to 330 subscribers by the end of this, once this video goes out, by the end of today, going into tomorrow. I think that's about 30 subscribers for this video. Let's get to 30 likes. 30 likes, 30 subscribers for this video. That'd be huge. Do appreciate all the support. But once again, going over my plays, don't really think anyone's going to be able to stop Jokic, Love his point total, his fantasy score total, and his points, rebounds, and assists. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, and I do like OG as well. Where is he? I like his over points and his over fantasy score of 30. It's just one of those things, 58 minutes to go around. They're going to give a few more minutes to Pascal, VanVleet. They're already playing the whole game. So those guys, fantasy score and the points, rebounds, and assists for both of them and OG are just way too low. They're going to have to go through all 3 of them to keep this game close. So that's why I really like playing both of these guys in their spots. Same with Jalen Brunson. He's the main cog in the engine there in Dallas with Luka out. So projected fantasy score of 36 is just too low for a guy who's shooting the ball 25 times, playing 40 minutes, has that assist opportunity and rebounds, can't get you a steal. So don't mind going to his over on points or his over on the projected points, rebounds, and assists. 36 fantasy score as well. And then Harden, just in the spot in the playoffs. It's James Harden. It's just, he's not shooting the ball a ton, which he doesn't really need to. But if he is, that just helps you get there even more quicker. Fantasy score 45 is just way too low. Averaging about 15 assists past 4 games. So I don't mind if you go with the over on assists. As you can see, 10, 14, 15, 14, 14. Do expect the same. I do expect them to feed Embiid a lot more this game. And I do expect Harden to get some more looks. Gary Trent Jr. is a great defender. I think he was on Harden a little bit last game. So with him gone, it's just going to be a field day for James Harden and Embiid. I think they're going to have a great game, both of them. So I really like Harden's over. And I do like Embiid's, if you guys want to go that route. I do expect a bounce back opportunity for Embiid. So I really like his over projected points, rebounds, and assists, and fantasy score. I think my fantasy score is my biggest one for Embiid. I think he's going to have a great game. So if you want to take out one of these plays, put in Embiid, or just start doing the mix and match strategy, you can do that as well. And these are my 5 picks for today. Once again, not saying these are all locks. Yesterday was a little unfortunate. We kind of got screwed on. What plays did we get screwed on again? Oh yeah, we had Levine. He got there. KD did not get there. He just played so soft yesterday. That was unfortunate. Booker, the game blew out. He wasn't aggressive in the second half. He missed by 2.5 points. Kyle Lowry was 2 points away midway through the third quarter. The game blew out. Lost that one as well, just due to a blowout. And then Jokic, another blowout. All 3 props we lost. 2 of the 3 props that we lost out of the 5 were due to blowouts, which you can't predict. That's super unfortunate. They're all going to hit. Besides the KD one, he just played soft. Not much you can do about that. Before that, we were on a two-day heater, so really think we're going to get back on the winning streak here for today. Get back on the heater. These are the 5 plays I'm going to mix and match with and play. Do freely, as you will with these picks. Not saying they're all locks, but these are kind of what I'm looking towards today. I suggest you guys look to, Jokic, Pascal, Van Fleet, Brunson, Harden, Embiid, and OG. I think all their props are the best ones to target for today. And there's my video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, comment, like. Let's try to get to 30 likes, 30 subscribers by the end of the video, or by the end of today. That'd be huge. Thank you guys. Peace.